Welcome back to the channel. This channel is just a bunch of hodgepodge, just stuff that I do around the house or with the wife, just things that I like to share. In this video, we're gonna set up some floating shelves from Target. They're Threshold brand. We're just gonna put them in the bathroom above the toilet so we can have a place to put like extra toilet paper or whatever. Not really a how-to video, but I'm just gonna walk through it. So here I'm measuring out the shelf. It's about 24 inches. The wall that I measure, it's about 42.5. So to try to get this centered, I need each side of this shelf to be about 9 inches and a quarter from the wall. And then I'll measure that out next and kind of mark that on the wall. Now for the height, I eyeballed it. Looked like that was a good level for the first shelf. We're gonna end up doing 2 shelves here, and I put those 2 shelves from shelf board to board about 14 inches apart. Just kind of give it some spacing for whatever you want to set up there. Now these shelves, the brackets with them, they actually came with like a bolt-in part on the bottom. So I screwed one in already. I'm gonna kind of start screwing this one in. All right, sweet. So now I'm getting my level out. Make sure it's centered on the marks that I made on the wall. Again, 9 1/4 inch from each of the outer walls. Make sure it's level. Mark the holes. Now this shelving pack came with drywall anchors and screws. These anchors are usually pretty cool. I like them. Usually you get them from big box store, Home Depot, Lowe's. They are self-tapping drywall screws that screw into the wall. They go right flush with the wall, and then the screw goes into the part where you can actually use the screwdriver. So right here, we stick the screw in, tighten it down. These ones from Target, they suck. They're horrible. I try my first time just screwing it in by hand. I ended up stripping out the anchor. It didn't want to turn. Horrible. I recommend if you get these shelves, definitely use the drywall anchors that you get from the big box store that are like this. They're a lot better. Here we go. Shelves all in, nice and level. So here what I'm doing is I'm gonna measure up 14 inches so I can be board to board for the shelves. I'm also gonna measure up 21 inches because the distance between the board and the bracket is about 7 inches. So I mark it all out. I'm also gonna do the 9 1/4 inches from each sidewall, just so I can kind of get an idea of where I need to be when installing this next shelf. Now here, I measured out the shelves, like I said, about 14 inches apart. I'm using a large level now to make sure that the shelves are even with each other on the wall. I don't want one to be off-centered by any bit. So this one kind of goes back and forth while I make sure the shelf is level, as well as make sure the shelves together are level. On the next one that I go ahead and do, I actually use a drill bit and do some pilot holes. What this does is it helps that anchor get in a lot easier. Now, when we're going through this, you always want to kind of have an idea of what's behind that wall. In my house, the water lines run through the walls from the attic, So you got to be very careful. I got the toilet right here. Water's coming down, fresh water's coming down, old water's going out the bottom. You just want to make sure you don't hit any water lines or anything important behind the wall. You can do this with either a stud finder or even the wall bot, where it scans and kind of tells you what's behind the wall. To be honest, I haven't used one. I kind of know where my water lines are because I've been in the attic. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you want to watch more Hodgepodge stuff or find things to make fun of me about in the comments. Catch you later.